Good afternoon, everybody. It is the 15th of October, and well, let's start with some Bitcoin actually. Why don't we look at that chart? So, the Bitcoin for today continues on upwards. It pulled back, made a nice higher low here this morning, and it came back above the volume weighted average price, and it's still broken out of this channel. I think if you're involved here, your worst case stop goes under 64.7, and then hopefully we continue on the breaking into higher highs. We're not quite up to the previous high of around 70,000, but I would say that's probably the next stopping point if we are likely going on up to further. It was good to see that it broke that recent high, which it was kind of struggling with there. So if you're involved, yeah, know where your stops are, and hopefully this could be the start of a bigger move up to close to all-time highs when only about $3,000 away from it, and Bitcoin could do that in pretty short setting here. So let's have a look at the markets and see what's going on. So we saw some profit taking in the SPY today. We're against that 5-day moving average. That looks like where it found some support here on the right, on this right screen, and then on the left you can see that it broke down past that potential level of resistance, which was where it had gapped. So I would say we're probably looking at level of interest is most likely into this area where we found some supply. Now, maybe tomorrow, we rally and we break down a little bit further and we go kind of get down below that moving average, right? Something like this maybe, and we see continued profit taking. If that's the case, I would expect your month to date anchor or potentially this anchor here at 577 as a potential level of support. Now, the anchor off the low is around this 577, 573 area, but we're not too far away from that. So I would be careful on the fact that this month the data anchor, which is also corresponding to this, close to this low over here, then we're starting to get into this area here, which has provided recent support and resistance before. So I say keep an eye that on the SPY. If you see more profit taking, just know where your levels of interest are. Nasdaq's a little worse off actually. So Nasdaq pulled right down to its month-to-date volume-weighted average price. It's broken below this 5-day moving average, and it's broken below what used to be this level of support that was in around this area here. So it's looking a little bit more. It's looking a little bit more worrying on the Nasdaq specifically, and it's probably, we've seen a fair bit of profit taken today. Now, maybe we get a bit of a bounce and we break back above that, but my consideration is if we do get a bit of a bounce and we rally up, we potentially then get stuck under this 5-day moving average if that 5-day moving average is starting to kind of go like this. So that is a potential as we start to get into this data here over the next couple of days. Um, so we'd probably want to see a rally up past 494 to continue for that 5-day moving average to continue on upwards. If not, I anticipate that we probably pull back a little bit further and a little bit more profit taken. Semiconductors unfortunately had a down day today after this beautiful rally. We broke the 5-day moving average. Looks like we found some supply down here at the 20-day moving average. 50 days still rising, and we broke through the month-to-date volume-weighted average price. So I would say your next level interest is likely the anchor off the all-time high, which has found resistance and support before. So it's this anchor here I'm referring to, and that's down at 239. And NVIDIA's, which has been backing this up, was the primary reason why we saw this sell-off today. And see how it goes. We again, same potential thing that might happen here is tomorrow we might get a rally up, but then that 5-day moving average kind of makes us break down, and we potentially see further profit taking as that 5-day moving average starts to come down like this. So just be aware of what's happening across the broader markets. The XBI, I got long in this the other day at 983. I sold a third here at 988 to take some risk off today, and I'm still long with it today. Just be careful of what's going on in the rest of the market. We have a rise in 50, decline in 20. So, maybe protects if because this fairly pretty sharp run. We've also had we had that pullback this morning, which gave us an opportunity to get involved if you weren't already long. However, biotechs, because it's, well, let's have a look at what it's run here. It's run from 95 to 99, close to 100, nearly 5%. Is maybe tomorrow we see a bit of something like this break down, and then we kind of maybe break up. That'll allow that 5-day moving average to kind of catch up on itself. And maybe that's where we find some supply. and that's where we get the next bounce, and that would be a good opportunity to get involved in a low risk, high probability action. You stop under the most recent high or low. Again, hypothetical potential setup. Maybe tomorrow it carries on upwards, maybe it completely fails. But ideally, if you want to get involved in the XPI, that's probably the least risky way of doing so. Russell 2000 continues on up, pulled back at the end of the day here, which was nice to see. Tomorrow will be interesting whether or not we continue on maybe for a little bit more profit taking, similar to what we've seen, what I said in the XBI, right? Maybe we kind of get something like this happen, and then that allows us to get involved with, something like a buy there with a stop under this recent high here, low here, sorry. So that would be my that would be my entry points if I was going to be looking at those. The energy names gap down today, unfortunately. I thought that we were going to get, with that 5-day moving average was going to start rising as we go into this data, but unfortunately it just gapped down, and we're now below a declining 5-day moving average. I won't be looking at those anytime soon. Financials, a little bit of profit taken here, but again above that 5-day moving average, which is continuing to rise. And maybe this is just a nice orderly pullback, and it's going to continue on up. We'll have a quick look at some of the other stocks. Microsoft didn't do what I was anticipating it to do. So I got involved in Microsoft this morning personally. I bought when it regained the volume average price just here, and then it failed. So if you're involved in Microsoft, I would say you probably should have been stopped out. I was expecting to get a higher high above this, well, above here, and that's what looked like was happening. And then the market sold off, and it kind of failed on itself. So Microsoft needs a little bit more time. It's kind of battling with this 5-day moving average, as well as the month. It found a bit of supply of the day, and it's kind of kicked that off. If you're involved in Google, it's making higher highs and higher lows below this, above this 5-day moving average. Had a bit of a profit taken today, yet still looks strong. So if you're looking to get involved there, that would be a thing. Amazon is doing pretty much what we anticipated it to do. Had a bit of a lower day here than expected. Found some buyers at that month-to-day volume weighted average price, and it got back above that volume weighted average price, the week-to-date volume weighted average price, and it's held for the rest of the day. So maybe tomorrow we get a bit of a rally up, we get a pullback. Right, that's what we were looking for here. Bit of a rally up, bit of a pullback into this area, and then creates that higher high above that 5-day moving average. Tesla's nothing to get involved in. Gap down again today. Oh no, it didn't gap down again today, but it's just kind of hovering around this area. It's not even worth talking about. And then last but not least, NVDA sold off today. Found some buyers, some buyers down at that volume weighted average price. And maybe this is just an orderly pullback, but now we're below that declining 5-day moving average. So until it breaks back above that and that 5-day moving average starts to rise again, it's not something I'd be interested in. Hopefully that gives you some market insights for today. Hope everyone had a great day, and I will speak to you maybe tomorrow. I'm traveling, so maybe tomorrow. Anyhow, have a good Tuesday.